He said, I'm here.
You get to talking shit.
I know. You know I'll give a goddamn.
Welcome to episode 197 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
This your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. How y'all doing this week?
I'm the Urja.
Only known as
The Urja.
Big baby.
and I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
And it's your boy K Harris, the gentleman.
The gentleman.
The everyday gentleman.
24/7.
But better known as K Diddy.
Take that.
Alrighty, folks. Well, if you didn't know, now you're about to find out. You can find us at www.technicalfile.com. Don't forget to put the K on that motherfucker.
You damn right.
You can also find us on the Facebook, Technical File Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a Technical File Pod Overtime group where you can join in with the listeners, fans, and the fam. But hold on. We also are on the Twitter and the Instagram at Technical File. And last but not least, Technical File Podcast, YouTube.
There you go.
Faces, there we go, baby.
There you go.
Say cheese.
Cheese. Look up, Marlon. Say cheese.
Right.
But like I say every week, man. Well,
You forget it.
like I say every week, man. If you guys enjoy being a part of this amazing Tech File fam, I'm sure everybody know. Your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your granny, your baby mama, baby daddy, whoever. Wherever you're listening right now. Just share. It's simple. It's a free way, like Kimbo always says, it's a free way to support us. And it's easy to do. So share. Do it right now. And download the Good News Radio app.
You better tell them download that app, fam. Tell them.
Do it now. You ain't doing shit else. Download the damn app.
You already got 18 million apps. One more ain't gonna hurt you, fam.
Yeah,
Might as well.
I don't know. Everybody be acting like one more hurt them. Like, damn, I do gotta download an app. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't have no space. Like if I got a couple podcasts set to automatic download, I have to turn that shit off. Like,
I turned that off a long time ago.
Yeah. No, I got it on because I get my people to say listens, but gotta delete.
No, it don't download. It come through, and then I hit the download button. Like even if I don't listen to your pod and I support you, I'm gonna hit that download button. You gonna get my listen. You know what I'm saying? But that might delete it right afterwards because I didn't have time. But
hey, help your numbers.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna help your numbers, fam. I promise you, I will.
so hint.
Return the favor, motherfucker.
But wherever you find podcasts, you can find us. That includes Apple Podcasts, Google Play,
Yes, sir.
SoundCloud,
Right?
Spotify, Stitcher,
Mm-hmm.
Pandora.
Yeah.
Still got to work on that one. Amazon Music.
Amazon, yeah, we also have nothing for that yet. Amazon Music.
iHeartRadio.
You ain't gonna boo boo.
I didn't even hear it. I didn't even hear
With
it.
the poop. That's because Eric breathing all heavy into the mic and shit.
Hey, I'm trying to laugh at that again.
So last week, y'all can't hear me. Now this week, I'm like, I don't know what to do, fam.
Hey, you
like,
big baby this week, bro.
I either had the microphone here, or I had it here.
Oh,
Hell
man.
no.
Don't make me laugh again.
Like
a player.
Wooshka.
Wooska.
The Good News app.
Good News Radio.
Yes, sir. And as we already said, download the app. It's one app. You can catch us live on Tuesdays.
To chat with
Be
us.
part of the show. Hop in the chat box. We enjoy that interaction. Y'all been to some of our, when we do it live on Facebook, when we do, the shows and y'all be in the chat. It'd be fun. So why don't you do that every Tuesday, 6 to 8 Central Time?
Join
6 to 8 p.m. Central Time. We should probably make an event so people remember 6 to 8.
Mm-hmm.
Make a freestyle about 6 to 8. Have it ready for next week, fam. We're going to put a jingle in their head so they remember what time to check us out on the Good News Radio app.
Nah, but
I was like, that shit finna be gone big.
Listen, you have no faith in your boy. I'm the one that be winning the titles and saving your ass. I should let you kept stuttering last week.
No,
you know
come
what?
next week, B.
No, forget that.
Next week.
Forget that. We're gonna have
Tim the
heartbreak kid around this mug.
Tim the greatest.
The glass, bro.
Tim the greatest out here. Y'all tune in next week, Tim with them bars.
Nah, he over here trying to champion the
bro.
belt
I do
shit.
The beat, bro, like you do on the table. Say nothing. It's nothing out here.
He gonna do the grinding beat.
Hey, the only beat niggas know how to do it.
Right, every MPS table.
I wonder what that beat is now.
The kids just do
that
it.
They doing in school?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know. Pro. Still in
the beat never changed. That's just
it never changed.
I mean, the grinding beat. Right, like we were doing the grinding beat before it was the grinding beat. Like,
yeah.
I'll go.
Probably in the background going, skirt.
Hey, some of the high school listeners, let us know what y'all doing. Let us know what y'all rapping to.
What's the word on the street?
What's the
old as the
Hey, what's the 414?
Hey, don't waste your time.
Wait, you say what's the 414?
He said what's the 414? He definitely put an area code in there.
Oh, come on, let's just keep on rolling.
Hey, Duke's laughing hard.
Let's start tripping and falling again.
Hey, we talking about like that meme with what's the dude who had the baseball cap on? He's like, "What's up, kids?"
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah.
But you can also find us wherever you're listening to this podcast right now. While there, make sure that you like, subscribe, rate, review. 5 stars or better. It helps us, and we appreciate it.
Yes, sir. 5 stars, rate and review. Another free way to help the pod. We appreciate that, man. We've been at this for a long time, you know, and we've only been able to get to where we've gotten to thanks to y'all. We appreciate all the doors y'all opened for us. So we want more of them doors to open. So please share the show, rate and review. It helps us out tremendously. So before we get into the sport fact of the week and then the topics, going to shout out our top listening cities from the past week and all of our international fam. So at the number 1 spot, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome back, hometown. What's the 414, y'all? Number 2, we got Racine, Wisconsin.
Racine. Welcome back, as always.
Number 3, we got Cypress, Texas.
Cypress, Texas. Welcome back. You're part of the fam.
Number 4, we got Little Elm, Texas.
Little
Elm. Welcome.
Hello.
Number 5, we got Ashburn, Virginia.
Ashburn, Virginia. What's going on?
Been here before, haven't they? Hello, welcome back.
Number 6, we got Menominee Falls, Wisconsin.
Hello,
Menominee Falls. Welcome.
Number 7, we got Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, what's going on? Y'all been coming back.
Tampa Bay. Number 8, we got Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Hello.
K-Town, what's going on?
K-Town.
Number 9, we got Littleton, Colorado.
Littleton, what's going on?
I feel like that's a new one. I don't think I've ever said Littleton, Colorado before. So welcome.
I have, but not for good reasons.
Oh, shit.
And then number 10, right? We're going to split that. Number 10, we got St. Louis, Missouri. What's up?
St. Louis, what's going on, Dirty?
By me, St. Louis.
I love that song still.
I'm
not gonna lie, Country Grammar.
We'll be there soon.
Country Grammar is still gets a rotation.
You got a fly in your pocket? Who's we?
Oh, no, like me and the fam, we got to go visit the fam because like my whole dad's side of the family there. So.
Like, where am I? I'm going to St. Louis? What?
Hey, actually, like St. Louis. St. Louis.
Me and the fam, we'll be down there soon.
I've never been to St. Louis.
I like St. Louis. It's decent.
St. Louis.
It depends where you're going, though. You got to watch.
St. Louis barbecue? What's the food? What's the cuisine in St. Louis?
I believe it is barbecue.
Yeah, we're there. Like, ribs and shit.
Oh, they do be having some fire.
See, I don't like ribs that much. I know, don't judge me.
Fire.
I know, but they just ain't for me. I don't know what it is, but anywho, international listeners, most people do. Like I'm the anomaly here. They just
like ribs.
Oh, you don't either? Oh, yeah, I'd rather have like a brat than a hot dog than
I don't like brats either.
What?
What do you eat at the barbecue?
I love a brun, though.
Please tell me now.
Be vegetarian on this out here.
Steak, burgers, hot dogs.
That's it.
No, you hot dogs. That's the,
I
that's the devil's meat.
What? You eat brats? That's just a big cousin to the hot dog.
The devil's meat.
The devil's meat.
That's a double entendre for it.
Right, let me go. Let's go ahead and keep on rolling.
Right, international listeners. Shout out to Canada.
Hey,
Canada, what's going on?
They don't get a hey neighbor?
well, hello neighbor. They is our neighbor.
They close.
They close. They
I
right
forget
on.
sometimes that y'all right there.
Right there.
Kick y'all right
jump.
there.
We had Belgium.
Belgium.
Okay.
Welcome back, trusty old Belgium.
We got Germany.
Germany. Welcome back.
Welcome.
And we got New Zealand.
New Zealand. Welcome back.
Hey.
Shout out to everybody who tuned in to us last week. If you're listening now, we appreciate you tuning in this week.
Absolutely.
Sport fact of the week.
On May 2nd, 2017, Isaiah Thomas scored 53 points, 9 of which came in overtime to lead the Celtics to a 129-119 victory over the Washington Wizards in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals in Boston. It would have been the 23rd birthday of Thomas's sister, China, who died 2 weeks earlier in a car crash. Thomas also endured 6 hours of oral surgery that morning following an incident where his tooth was knocked out during Game 1.
Jesus.
So, shouts out to Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah,
It's been all downhill from there.
Yeah.
I literally had chills as he was reading that because I remember watching that game, like the emotion that he was playing with, the way that the city was behind him and rooting for him. Like, I don't cheer for Boston that much, but I was cheering for Boston that day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready to talk about what we got to talk about for the week?
For sure.
Let's do it. Let's get into it. All right, so the NFL draft is this week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I figured we start here, talk about the draft a little bit, talk about some team needs, specifically in the NFC North. You know, that's where we reside. That's where our allegiance resides.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim, I know you've been following the draft and the prep very closely. So I keep hearing things like there might be 5 quarterbacks taken in the first round, which
it's actually wild. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun watching this draft because it could be 5 quarterbacks taken in the first round. In the damn near the top 5. But yeah, man, like for some reason they just absolutely love. One, I just find it weird that Justin Fields went from being just the unspoken number 2 beside Trevor Lawrence to damn, he probably gonna be the last one of them 5 taken.
Yeah, that's wild.
And they can't really explain why outside of he may or may not show up in these big games, but he's been there. He's done that. Like he had to transfer schools to show off and show out. And he ain't did nothing but defy the odds ever since. And for some reason, Justin Fields is now the damn near number 5. You got Trey Lance in front of him, Trevor Lawrence in front of him. They got Mac Jones. Mm-hmm. Boy going to the Jets. Was it Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he makes number 5.
Yeah, I'll trade up to get him. Shit.
Shouts out to the Undefeated. They did have a piece on what you just mentioned about Fields dropping from like the consensus number 2 to possibly being the 5th quarterback taken.
What were they saying about it? Like, did they have like reasons behind why?
It's a long article. I would say just give it a glance. It doesn't have like hardcore reasons. It's just like
just going through.
You know, it's kind of like the plight of the black quarterback kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And everybody
where we always have to answer questions, you know, that nobody else gets asked, type of thing.
And then he beat Trevor Lawrence's team in the college football playoffs.
The holy hell out of him. He had like 5 touchdowns that game. Seriously,
the whole.
Like when Ohio State won that game, I'm gonna go ahead and get the actual stats because they dog walked them. Ohio State versus Clemson,
and he was injured during that game. I don't get it. I don't get it. But
I could be either them or Alabama is what I'm thinking. It's one of them two.
It feels like to me whatever team
Alabama won a title.
Yeah, because Trevor Lawrence played for Clemson,
Mm-hmm.
and that was one of the semifinal matchups since they only got 4 teams in the playoffs for college football. But
They might expand this soon.
yeah, it'll be interesting.
Money
5 quarterbacks in the top 10 is going to be crazy. But yeah, let's talk NFC North real quick. So as we normally do, we'll start with the appetizers, and then move on to the main course. So hey, Detroit, what's up? See, this is why Detroit hate. I be hearing what I'm saying, Detroit, and I'm sorry.
Hey, Detroit, the bread that they bring out, that shit free.
Damn.
It come with the meal. Eat the bread, they the bread.
They're not even an appetizer. They just the bread that be on the table when you get there.
Yeah, they get the bread.
They're complimentary.
So Detroit team needs wide receiver.
Everything.
I was just saying.
Dang near linebacker, edge rusher, safety, quarterback, cornerback, defensive tackle. They got
everything.
Everything.
They got 4
Everything.
picks in the first 3 rounds, and I would imagine that they are going to be looking to address those needs. Detroit, we talked about, I think it was last week when we were going over the over-unders on what we thought the teams were going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Look, there's only...
Talk nice.
You know what? You're right. So I'm just not saying nothing at all because I don't really have too much nice to say about Detroit except for good luck in the draft. Good luck. Anybody else have anything else to say about Detroit? Because I'm not trying to get more hate mail from that city.
They'll probably grab a receiver,
No,
obviously. They lost Marvin Jones Jr. and they lost Kenny Galladay.
Oh,
They
you
grabbed
always
the
forget
quarterback.
Galladay.
Yeah. So they grabbed a quarterback in that trade with no weapons, really. So I wouldn't be surprised for them to grab a guy that's one of the top receivers available. So either Waddle or Smith or Devontae Smith or whatever.
I mean, they got a top 10 pick, so.
Yeah, so I feel they'll probably grab somebody like that, I would assume, because they have nothing on offense. Woo, they have nothing on offense, really.
Their wide receiver core is Tyrell Williams, Brashad Perriman, Geronimo Allison, and Quintez Cephas.
Everybody on that list should be at least the number 3 receiver. I'm serious. Everybody on that list is a number 3 receiver on any team. None of them should be a number 1.
Yeah, and we know about Geronimo. So
We've seen Geronimo personally. Brashad Perriman has been that pretty much. Who else over there?
Cephas went to UW.
Yeah, and Cephas is going to be special teams. Like that's what they've been using him as, special teams, and like he's like a sub wide receiver. Like he was over here, he was with us for a second too.
he is. I don't know if he was with the Packers. I don't believe so. I know Geronimo was.
I know he's with Detroit for sure because I think he scored against the Packers. That's what it was.
But yeah, and Cephas is the only receiver they have that's signed past this season, so they should really look at addressing wide receiver. This is a deep wide receiver, draft, so they should definitely, look to address that. Of their team needs, do you think wide receiver is their biggest need? We know they need a lot, but
It's hilarious they got quarterback up there when they traded.
We talked about golf. We know that ain't the long-term answer.
He needs somebody to throw to, so I would say definitely get a receiver first.
Well, I guess a question for y'all is, if one of those top 5 quarterbacks is still there at 7, should they take a look at it?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you definitely have to.
Oh, dang. What you got going on, fam?
Was that me?
On my phone. That might have been my phone. Hold on. Pull it up. I don't know what the hell that was.
Oh no! The green box appeared around Ken Name when I heard the noise. So
oh shit! Hey, my bad. I don't know.
Apologies.
The ghost came in this motherfucker.
That ghost was tired of us talking about Detroit, fam.
And Detroit ghost came in. I'm singing
go for 8 Mile and shit.
They'll probably all right. Just to wrap up Detroit, they'll probably grab a wide receiver, linebacker, and a safety in the first 3, a safety or defensive tackle in the first 3 rounds. Granted, they don't got no corners. Maybe they'll grab a corner.
they got some needs, but they got 4 picks in the first 3 rounds, so it's good for them. Let's move on to Minnesota. Now we got the appetizer here. Although, arguably, that probably should be Chicago because I think Minnesota's going to be better than Chicago. But you a Bears fan, so I'm a
Chicago hate, yo. Y'all need to relax.
Is it hate if it's true?
Is it?
All right. You're going to get on the list, my good son.
Okay, Chris Jericho.
You know what happens? You know what happens when you talk shit about the Chicago Bears?
You got to click a pen. You're on the list. The Vikings, they need some things too. Offensive line, they need an edge rusher, they need a cornerback, they need a safety, linebacker, receiver. Because they said, look, I'm looking at safety. Like Harrison Smith has been, the dude there handling his business, but he's also on the other side of his prime now. So they need to make sure that they're invested in that position. I know they signed what's his name, Xavier Woods. This
it's a new day. Yes, it is.
Right, plenty of wrestling connections here, but they definitely need some more depth there. But looking at what their team needs are, which of those positions do you think is the utmost important? And then just to let y'all know, in case you weren't aware, the Vikings have 3 picks in the first 3 rounds, 14, 78, and 90.
I think they should probably grab the best lineman available.
Offensive lineman, are you talking about?
Yeah, offensive lineman, my bad. Yeah, best offensive lineman available because they got something in that offense.
Yeah.
If they can keep Kirk Cousins upright, because he gonna sling it for him. He gonna get the ball up the field. So if they give Kirk Cousins some time in the pocket, and then that also gives Dalvin Cook some time in the pocket, create these lanes for him. Like for them, their offense is the biggest strength right now, and I feel like it would take too much time for them to try to quickly build their defense when they got so many holes there. So why not just put a lot of your time then, I guess now, into your offense and make that a juggernaut and then worry about your defense on the back end? Because right now you're really bad at defense and you're pretty good on offense if you had better linemen. So you can make at least your offense sub-elite, I guess, and then work on your defense the rest of the way. Because right now you're not going to win nothing anyways.
Dang.
So you want them to go to the old Green Bay Packers school of team building?
Might as well. Shit, they're already right there. Like Kirk Cousins may not be the best quarterback, but he's sufficient enough in their offense to where if you give him some time, he's going to get the ball up there. You got Justin Jefferson. You still got Adam Thielen. So, like, why not keep pushing that? Like I said, with Dalvin Cook, and then who knows? They might draft another young wide receiver.
They probably will late. I can see that.
So, like, you have somebody in the slot. More than likely, that's what they're looking for, or somebody to replace Kyle Rudolph, and they're not that bad. Just give them a good offensive lineman, either on the guard or the center spot, and then they should be good.
And get some depth in that secondary because y'all had a few injuries last season, and
They had no corners.
It was a feast. It was a feast in Minnesota.
That'll probably be pick number 2 if I was them.
They got
corner.
Yeah, corner. Like if they don't pick up a guard or like an offensive lineman, I would pick up a corner because them corners were getting destroyed.
Which is part of why they signed.
They got Pat.
Yeah, they signed Pat. Like they
shored that up, right?
Eric's like, don't get them no more. They good. That's all they need. I'm trying to win. But no, Minnesota, I think they'll probably finish second in the division. Sorry, Ken. But yeah. Any other Minnesota thoughts?
Can't. Dwayne probably go have some words.
I mean, hey, we weren't disrespectful, we told, hey, we weren't like, it wasn't like we were talking about Detroit. So why do I do this?
I don't know. It's just like automatic.
It's like easy to do. I'm sorry, Detroit.
See, look at you. You can't help yourself.
I can't help it. I can't even help it. Ever since we got that hate mail, it's been on.
They go do a diss track and shit. The text on this track. All Detroit rappers rap off beat and shit. So.
Bam.
They're going to be talking over a beat.
Niggas going to be talking on the beat and shit.
That you know what? Let's move on. I want to disrespect their rap scene. Chicago. The Bears.
The Bears.
Y'all got
what we need to do first of all is
go ahead, Frank.
oh my bad.
No, hey.
Is we got the red rifle as our starting quarterback. First of all, let's start there. Because there's no way if we really plan on winning anything or winning more games than we possibly can is having him at quarterback. Especially talking about like 5 quarterbacks can go top 10. We got to find some way to trade up and get in the top 10 to get Justin Fields. That's what I want.
So you trying?
So I feel if Ryan Pace really wants to save his job, this would be the way for him to save it because we did it before to get Mitch, and it didn't pan out well. So this will be his chance to redeem himself for us to actually go ahead and trade up and get Justin Fields because we need a quarterback, yo.
Hey, if Fields is falling,
yeah, especially since they talking about he's falling too, like.
I would be surprised if I don't hear that y'all are on the phones trying to move up because, I mean, y'all did, to be fair to Chicago, y'all did try to get Wilson. You tried to get Russ this offseason, and then Seattle was like, no, that's not gonna happen.
You know? If that, man, I would have, I don't know.
But the way y'all been chasing the quarterback, I would think that y'all would throw the picks out there to try to move up into that spot if Justin Fields is available.
Yeah, exactly. We can give a second round, give our first round. We can do that. It's Justin Fields. And then we need to work on our O-line too. So after we figure out what we're gonna do with quarterback, definitely got to work on our O-line.
I tell you, I wouldn't want to see if he pans out to be who he advertised to be. I would not want to see Justin Fields running around the NFC North.
No,
would not want.
I do. I will welcome that.
Absolutely
open
not.
arms.
Absolutely not. But yeah, I mean, outside of wide receiver and O-line and quarterback, as you mentioned, probably cornerback.
Yeah.
Some secondary.
Yeah, for sure.
You can never have too many in the background, but I mean, really,
our linebackers are good.
Y'all really need to shore up the O-line. As Tim always points out, he's a lot lower on your O-line than I have been, but it does need some work. So
it does.
But
we wasn't healthy last year either, though.
Y'all need say QB, OT, G, and C. And that damn near and wide receiver. You only missing the TE.
We got enough for them. We got enough tight ends. Goddamn.
Y'all go into the season with 12 of them.
They literally need like every position on their O-line. They need tackle. They need a guard. They need a center. Like
these are facts.
I'm alphabet on that list. Y'all need line. I ain't got no faith in they damn line. Terrible.
Y'all got 3 picks in the first 3 rounds. Y'all at 20, 52, and 83. So we'll see what y'all able to do. And as for Green Bay, the entree, which you came here to hear about,
Send this shit back. I want this shit. This ain't what I ordered.
Give me what I want.
Give me what I want. Packers needs wide receiver is listed here, linebacker, outside linebacker, defensive lineman, cornerback, and punter. Now, I will go against the grain here and say that I don't think that wide receiver is a top need. Like, I definitely think that we should draft a receiver in this draft, but I don't think that we need to use a high draft pick on a wide receiver. I'd rather shore up the defense a little bit. I know this is a good draft for cornerbacks too, ain't it?
In the top cornerbacks, yeah.
You think it's going to be some top
probably
cornerbacks?
Like the top 10 cornerbacks, sure. After that, but none of them. Most of them probably ain't, like after Surtain. Like everybody else is kind of like on it. JC Horn.
When we draft at 29, how likely is it that one of them top 10 cornerbacks will still be on the board?
Oh, it's highly like a lot of people like Asante Samuel Jr. or Greg Newsom II. But and those are really good talents that should be available around there as well.
Will they slide into the second? Will that tier slide into the second, or is that one of them things that's going to be like, if you better get it while you got it?
Like for us, it might be like, They might be there, but yeah, it's just like the talent level from the first run, like the top tier corners compared to that second tier.
It's a drop off.
It's a decent enough gap.
Tim, I saw the guy on NFL Network was saying that the kid from Virginia Tech is falling because of a back injury. But he said if he was healthy, he would be like possibly the first corner off the board.
I was just seeing that pop up.
Caleb something. Caleb Farley,
yeah.
So I mean, you know, how bad I guess is his injury? Like, is it worth taking that flyer?
I mean, back surgeries for a cornerback is going to be bad no matter what. So,
I mean, I guess is his talent enough to where it's like, well, shit, you know, like,
I mean,
like Michael Porter Jr., like, you know, you get to the 13th pick, it's like, I mean,
could say that,
his back is messed up, but
I would rather take a flyer on, if that's the case, then I would rather take a flyer on a wide receiver as opposed to, I mean, granted, like you said, his talent, it's kind of like Cowboys linebacker. He had the knee issues, or Jalen Smith, like that. Like he got the talent, and you really do want to take a flyer because he has that top tier talent, but you just waiting. It's kind of like you just wait. Like you would like to, you really would, but I wouldn't. I would rather go somewhere else as opposed to take that flyer on that talent like that.
So, for me, I say cornerback. I'd probably also put like linebacker up there too, for what I would want the team to be most, focused on in the first round. What do you think the team's biggest need is, like you personally?
Inside linebacker for years and years and years and years.
Since Nick Barnett, fam.
Like I said, we have not had a good inside linebacker course since Nick Barnett. Yeah,
I used to like dude though. Nick Barnett. He was
fine
a
self, man.
I ain't saying all that, but he was a.
I'll say it.
But that was at the time we had AJ Hawk, Nick Barnett, and Clay. Like we had them three were nice, great linebacking course. Since then, we have Fackrell and the two that's on the Giants now. And yeah, Blake Martinez. Like, yeah, they can tackle, but they couldn't cover shit.
Yeah, Martinez, yeah.
Like, yeah, they'll give you 150 tackles in the season for sure, 5 yards up the field. So that was what we had. We haven't really, and those are still good linebackers, but not since the Barnetts that can cover the field and you can still get the tackles. And like, we're not hitting them 8-9 yards up the field, talking about some, yeah, we got them. Like, no, bro, meet them at the line. Like, we've been in need of some inside linebackers to control shit for years. I was happy when I thought we could get Patrick Queen last year. Still hurt my heart when I seen this man jumping up a pile, stopping motherfuckers with a forearm and shit. Like, just wild stuff. Like, we've been needed an inside linebacker. Somebody that can... We needed a sideline cover linebacker for years because we've always been able to find tackling linebackers.
I'm not mad at that at all. E, what about you? What would you say? If you have an opinion on it.
I don't really, but I'm looking at Caleb Farley. He's 6'2".
He big ass corner.
And he used to be a wide receiver, so he got ball skills.
Got some hands.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intrigued. And if you getting damaged goods, like, I mean, it might not work out, but if it does, that's lockdown corners on both sides.
Yeah.
That's intriguing.
Ken, as a Bears fan, I know you don't want us to succeed, but
never.
You watch the Packers.
I just don't want y'all to win against us. I don't care. I'm not a hater like that. Just lose against the Bears.
What do you think the Packers' biggest team need is?
I feel like your biggest team need would have to be defensively. Probably I would say linebacker, but the Packers being the Packers, they're going to pick a receiver.
You think so?
I think so.
They finally going to do it. It's probably going to be the 1 year they're going to do it, and I'm going to be like, oh, nigga, we ain't even grab this shit.
Oh, well, we got like 5 receivers that's going to be unrestricted free agents this year.
That's what I feel like Packers going to do.
Hey, I'm not saying to not draft a wide receiver. I am just saying it's not the greatest need on this team at this moment. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like MBS is getting close to breaking through. Like,
listen, it's going to happen.
This is contract year. This kind of.
I mean, like Jordy came in and he had problems with drops.
Devontae Adams did
Devontae Adams came in. He had problems with drops.
Turtleneck Jones.
That man stayed with a turtleneck on, bro. It was hot as
It wasn't even a full one. It was like a little half.
But he had, man, James Jones used to drop the ball like a motherfucker.
And then you got Lazard, too.
He had crazy hands.
Yeah,
you got
like
Lazard, too. They got Funches, who wasn't playing last year, who's coming back. And then on top of that, you got the tight ends.
I'm excited
got Robert
about Funches.
Tonyan. So, hey, man.
Like, I think he has weapons. Like, as much as he's complaining about how they haven't built around him and they wasted his prime and blah, blah, blah. Like, and part of that is, like, Aaron Rodgers' talent for getting people the ball. Like, that helps, obviously. But, like, I think that he has enough on offense. Like, it's not like, I don't know.
They not dropping balls, bro. It's been a different game.
Right. And that included Devontae, who's, top 3 receiver in the league. So,
not 3.
Tim, what's that kid's name that plays in, the receiver for Florida?
Kayvon, what is it?
I like him.
Yeah, he's like a lot of cats like that are the weapon, the switchblades, the Tavon Austins, the real gadget type slot wide receivers.
Tavon Austin. Didn't they have him for a minute?
We just had him last season.
Is he? I don't think he's still on the team, though, is he?
I don't think so.
I thought that was a...
And I want to go back and change my answer. They just need a playmaker. Like, I feel like that's what's been missing from the defense. Like, they need somebody that's going, like a game breaker type of... Right, exactly. Like, somebody that makes those big splash plays. Like, Jair is locked down. That's because, like, nobody throws at him. You know what I mean? Like, you need somebody, like, in the center of the field that's going, sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to, the deep ball, like, the safety or, like, to your point, a linebacker, like, just somebody that can control the game in the middle of the field.
I'm with that. But again, the NFL draft kicks off on Thursday. I am very much looking forward to it. I like drafts. ESPN, hey, listen, I watched the WNBA draft. I saw the questions y'all asked them, and it didn't involve no trauma. It was about, like, how they played, how they came up. It was very good. She was
trying, like, some girl's dad's died, and she like, is there anybody that you're thinking about on this special day? And she's like, oh yeah, my family and stuff. Yeah, but you did lose somebody earlier this year, right? And she's like, oh yeah. And it's like, nobody want to talk about that shit on the happiest day of their life.
But the NFL one, it'd be every single draft pick, like
every other pick.
You were draft pick number 26. Do you remember what happened to you on the 26th of March, the darkest day in your life? And you want to talk about that? Like, dang, no, I don't. Could you remember when your mom was on crack? How do you feel now? It's like, why are we doing that?
Man, that was
like they had that for like somebody's little draft card graphic, right? It was
like mom was on crack?
Like, I wish somebody would put some on my little draft card, like mom on crack. Like, this is, we ain't talking about that.
Hey, they gonna pan to the person in the stairs and they do a crack. You like, I told you they was.
I know they be mad as hell when somebody come from like a 2-parent family that has no
raised right
whatsoever.
Right.
They're like, damn,
you can't do nothing with this.
You can't do nothing with Captain America. Get him the fuck up out of here. Like, who's next?
Mel Kiper just starts slandering them and shit. Like,
right. I don't think they got it.
Right. Like, what the
dang, fuck? Okay. But no, real quick, jokes aside, talking about the draft, I wanted to just bring attention to Terrence Clark, who played for the University of Kentucky. He was expected to be drafted in this year's NBA draft. He passed away tragically, suddenly in a car crash. So definitely want to pay respects to him. 19 years old, on the doorstep of achieving your life goals. So
he had just signed with Clutch Sports.
Mm-hmm. So just want to send out love to his family, to his friends, to all of those who were affected by his passing. That's just a tragedy. Like, that's just a tragedy. That's wild. That's wild. Bounce back to the NFL really quick. This past week, the NFL approved a new rule which has relaxed certain position groups wearing certain numbers on the field. Eric's already shaking his head. No, it's going to look a lot like college. So in prior seasons, only quarterbacks, kickers, and punters were allowed to wear single digits. But now, you got linebackers, defensive backs, tight ends, wide receivers, and running backs can all wear single-digit numbers. Now, if you're a lineman, offensive or defensive, you still in the same bracket. You ain't got that much flexibility. But everybody else is It's pretty much free reign.
Eric, these quarterbacks would be pissed.
You were already shaking your head, so why are you not a fan of the number change?
Like, most importantly, like, it just looks stupid. Like, you got these big ass dudes with like number 4, like too much jersey going on. Like, I don't like it.
That number 45. Who number 2?
Right, like you got a 6'5", 300-pound dude rushing off the edge, number 6. Like,
hey, you know,
hey, defensive line staying the same. Oh, I guess.
Well, I mean, like if it's an offside linebacker, yeah, like
if it's a linebacker,
which is also like
blurring the lines.
That's the thing. Like, what's his name? Smith.
Both the Smiths. Well, Zadarius for sure.
Yeah, he was saying like I think he said I'm a linebacker, not a D end, or whichever position pays more. He's like, I'm that, because it's like it is the same position. It just depends on if you 3-4 or 4-3. Like,
yeah, they're
pretty interchangeable.
Oh, what they list you as, because it's still a defensive end in the 3-4.
Ain't that what he just said?
That's what I'm saying. Like a 4-3 defensive end is a 3-4 outside linebacker, essentially. You looking at me?
No, because both formations have a defensive end. Is what
I know. I'm never.
He's saying the role that they play is like if you're an outside linebacker, you're generally playing the position.
The edge
like
rusher.
You're doing the same job requirements of an edge rusher. Like that's what you're doing, like pretty much a DE. But you know, you're handed in the dirt. So that's what he's saying. Like you're doing
like a 3-4 defensive end isn't really coming off the edge like that. Like they don't line up wide enough. But anyway, we talking about jersey numbers. Yeah, no, I mean, like, it feels like you're addressing a problem that didn't exist, really.
Hey, I think teams are running out of numbers. Like, I think it was like the Kansas City Chiefs, I believe, was one of the teams who was like, can we please do something with these jersey numbers? Like, we need some flexibility here.
But I think one of the things is the player has to buy out the rest of their stock.
That's
if they change their number this year, they have to buy out the rest of their stock. If they wait until next year, they do not have to pay. So we will most likely see more players changing their numbers next year rather than this season. Although there are some players already who are like, I'm not waiting. Like, I want my number that I had in college my whole life. I want that number back. I want it now. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I think it matters. Like, if you're a big enough star to where you actually have jerseys out on the shelves, because your third string cornerback, like, I'm pretty sure you could just change the jersey and not have to buy it out any type of stuff.
You ain't got that much to pay off.
Yeah.
Mr. Darnell Savage, the Green Bay Packers, you had talked initially about changing your jersey number to 21 to be 21 Savage. And 21. I think now it's time to do that again, sir. Would enjoy that. Would very much enjoy that. You get a free pass to change your jersey number next year. Just go ahead and 21 Savage it up, fam. Steph Curry.
This dude here.
That man, we talked about him, I think, last week, but he is just setting record after record after record. After he hit 7 threes this past weekend, he set a new NBA record for most threes in the calendar month. And this month is not over yet.
Wow.
Like,
like 2 games left? Or something like that?
I think. I don't know how many the Warriors got left this month, but I mean the month is ending Friday, so 2 seems about right, probably. Yeah, the previous record was held by James Harden, who had 82 while he was on the Rockets. That's, I mean, in 1 month.
In 1 month, bro.
That's a lot of threes.
Jesus, Steph Curry's been breaking all kinds of records. He broke Wilt record. He the all-time Warriors leading scorer, and now he got this, and he broke a Kobe record by being the first player age 33 or older to score 30 or more points in 11 straight games. Kobe had 30 in 10 straight games.
Like, they got 2 games left this month. Mavs and Timberwolves.
Do y'all think he can hit 100 before?
Hell yeah, he can.
Yeah.
15,
at the clip right now, he can hit the 100.
15 threes over 2 games?
He's not outside the realm of... It's not outside the realm of possibility.
He can definitely do that.
Like, I think he dead ass averaging like 8 a game or some shit.
He averages some crazy numbers. I know that.
Yes,
everything he putting up,
like 40
dropping.
this month. Yeah,
he's hitting 15 threes. Probably next game.
Okay, no, he ain't hitting
that
no
would be
15.
the NBA record, fam.
He ain't breaking Clay.
You
records.
acting like he ain't breaking them right now.
Valid. He has been breaking records. Speaking of the Warriors, Speaking of the Warriors, their May 3rd game against the Pelicans is going to be a Marvel-inspired alternate presentation across ESPN platforms. So what that means is that the telecast is going to actually integrate elements from an original Marvel story and some of their most iconic characters. And then the commentary will be provided in a fully customized Marvel-themed studio. Listen, Marvel money long right now, fam. Like they
that's dope. That's definitely.
They out here rolling.
They've been throwing out magic.
Listen, they hit with WandaVision. They came back with Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
which people have loved Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going. I enjoyed it.
I think WandaVision has set my hopes a little bit too high for what Falcon and Winter Soldier was going to be. So I was a little disappointed in that sense because I was really into WandaVision.
Yeah,
and
I was too.
I don't want to spoil it because people haven't watched it, but like all I'm gonna say is I agree with Isaiah Bradley. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just leave it at that.
I appreciated what they were trying to do. I don't know if they necessarily landed the plane.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see what you was doing though.
Yeah, I appreciate where y'all was going.
Yeah, it made me more excited about Loki though, because I didn't care about Loki at first.
I think Loki will crack,
but now I'm actually excited.
It's gonna be interesting, weird.
Yeah, I like that.
It's gonna be. It'll encapsulate you, but it's gonna be so. You'll be like, well, what the fuck is going on?
Loki is just charismatic as it is too, so like he's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like he's,
I'm ready for Black Widow though.
Really? See, I'm like, I'm gonna watch it, of course, because I'm in the story. Yeah, but like, I'm not necessarily looking forward to it. But then again, like, I wasn't looking forward to seeing Guardians of the Galaxy, and I left being like, "Oh, this was so crazy."
I would say it was one of your favorites for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. We might have to do a top 5. Do we do top 5 Marvel movies? Have we done that?
We can do it again.
Yeah, I was like,
but we have to revisit with the shows coming in because again, WandaVision was one like that too, where I was like, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not too interested in whatever she got going on. But episode 2, I was like, oh my.
This Friday gonna be the first Friday without Marvel. Man, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And it's a month. Like,
I hope. Wait, we gotta wait a month for the next.
Yeah, let's
come out to. Dang, what are we going? Like, that's become a Friday ritual, fam. Like, I'm like, oh, we about to watch. Dang,
exactly.
We gonna okay.
We got a month to get right.
What we gonna do for a month? I guess go outside. I guess I can go outside
in the streets and shit.
Be in these streets.
The streets
Marvel was keeping me home. But speaking of movies,
starts on June 11th.
June 11th.
Wow.
Okay, so they give us May off. We can do our thing in May. But speaking of movies and TV shows and all that, the Mortal Kombat movie came out this past week. It has gotten lots of mixed reviews.
Yeah.
I personally have not seen it yet, but all of the reviews have made me want to see it because I've never seen a movie that is so loved and also hated at the same time. Like, all I see is like, oh, this was fun, I enjoyed it. Or I see this was trash, how dare they? So I'm very much looking forward to it. But WWE superstar The Miz. He got on Twitter.
Awesome.
And he pretty much said, hey, yo, y'all ain't have no Johnny Cage in this first movie. Let me be Johnny Cage. His tweet said, I actually want y'all to click on the link in the doc. I need y'all to see this picture that he posted.
I know, he already looks like Johnny Cage.
Yeah,
he lives like Johnny Cage. He is Johnny Cage reincarnated.
Yeah, hell yeah, dog. Yeah.
I mean, why not? Trust me. The Miz
I'm with you.
No, the Miz would fit.
Yeah,
I am campaigning for Miz as Johnny Cage. He tweeted, quote, no, Johnny Cage, I am the special effects. Let me do the casting for you. Say cheese, hashtag Mortal Kombat. And then he put a picture of himself as Johnny Cage, which, as to like,
he'll probably dig into that role too. Like,
he would kill that role.
Kill the movie just because it, like, it's made for him.
He has the personality for it. Like, do it. I'm here for it. Miz, you got my vote. And Johnny Cage is my favorite Mortal Kombat character. I love Johnny Cage.
Yeah, he be talking that shit.
He's funny. Like, you have to, like, the Miz got it. And the co-creator.
You be hitting
said
niggas
what?
in the nuts.
I was gonna say I haven't been involved with anything Mortal Kombat since like Sega Genesis. So I remember like Scorpion, Sub-Zero.
Get over here.
Jax, because it was the only black dude.
Sonya
something.
Mm-hmm.
Sonya Blade.
Yeah. Sonya Blade.
Yeah,
That's about all I got.
Noob Sailbot.
Jack's got a daughter named Jackie. That's my favorite character to fight with right now, currently.
Oh, man, them new Mortal Kombat games, them fatalities.
Man, be brutal as the one.
They super brutal.
Why you like that? My son like playing. I'm like,
wait till you watch the movie, Camille.
You can't be playing this.
Oh, I'm definitely texting you and Sam when I watch that, because Sam told me her thoughts on the movie, and I was like, dang, you was okay. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to it. But the co-creator of Mortal Kombat, he responded to the Miz on Twitter, and he said the guy makes a compelling case. He does. Sign him. Give me the Miz as Johnny Cage.
He could at least get an audition.
At least. And also staying on movies. So NBA stars Kevin Durant and Mike Conley, they were among the executive producers for Two Distant Strangers, which was awarded the Oscar for Best Short Film Live Action during the Academy Awards. So they were 2 of the 10 executive producers on the film. And that film is about police brutality and how it dramatizes it as an escapable time loop, like a tragic Groundhog Day for Black Americans.
Interesting.
I'm going to tell you this right now.
Yeah, it's triggering.
Not something I would want to watch. The news cycle alone is triggering enough for me. I do not need it in my media and my entertainment. But then again, I'm probably not the target audience who needs to see that type of stuff. So congrats to y'all for getting that off. And it was directed by Trayvon Free, who was a former college basketball player at Long Beach State, and Martin Desmond Rowe. So shout out to all the people involved putting that together. Congrats on the hardware. The Falcons have been receiving some phone calls about what's going on with Julio. What's up with Julio?
It's because they broke. We can't do shit with this big ass contract, man.
Now, they might not get the value back that they want for Julio, but they could come off of a lot of money, like Tim was mentioning, if they were to get rid of Julio. But it would most likely be after June 1st, because after June 1st, they say $15 million against the cap. Trade them before June 1st, it would be a $23 million cap hit.
Shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely know what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's
getting traded.
He's a Falcon for the next month.
Yeah. He's getting traded on Thursday, but
get him out of here.
We won't go through to the first.
Yeah.
Hey, Ravens, y'all should call him and see what's up. Y'all need to get that MVP over there some help.
Don't be sending him over there.
Hey, I'm just.
Lamar with Julio. And then you got Philly Brown. Go ahead.
That'll be ugly.
I'm just saying.
Hollywood Brown. I said Philly Brown. Hollywood Brown over there.
I was gonna roll with it too. Like it's one of them cities. It's a city.
No, it's Hollywood Brown. No, that's
like
and then you got Mark Andrews over there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and J.K. Dobbins now, because they got rid of Mark Ingram.
The Patriots, apparently the Patriots and the Colts are 2 other teams outside of the Ravens who you should keep an eye on in the Julio. Of course, always the Patriots.
Bill stay lurking, dog.
Always. I guarantee you one thing.
Julio, oh yeah, let me get a one.
If Justin Fields do fall in this draft, I know Ken, you were saying the Bears should be calling. I bet you Bill gonna be on the phone like
they saying that the Pats if he's there, they're going after him. Mm-hmm. Like Bill Belichick wants Justin Fields. 11 right now.
Ground? Okay.
But right now they're talking. I seen recently they was talking with Carolina, who has number 8.
So since we're back on draft talk and we're talking about the Falcons, so I've seen people say they might take a tight end at 4.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts from Florida. He's supposed to be generational talent at the tight end position.
I mean, I don't know. Rob Gronkowski is the greatest tight end of all time, but I don't know if I would take him top 5 in a draft. I don't know if you get the return from a tight end, You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not knocking. Like, I'm saying, like, he might be the greatest tight end of all time, and he still might not be worth a top
5
4 pick, especially if people are, like, willing to trade, like, give you the 49ers package to get up to number 4. Like, I don't know why you'd be like, no, we're good at 4. We want this guy so bad. Like, we're willing to forego all this extra added value that we could get for people who are trying to trade up for a quarterback.
I feel like if they would listen to somebody, it probably would be the Patriots because they're not moving that far back and they can still get a impact. Granted, it wouldn't be Kyle Pitts, but who knows? Because maybe Kyle Pitts wouldn't fall that far or would fall that far because he's the only tight end that everybody's talking about up there that somebody will grab like that. Like,
or maybe they do what the Dolphins did where they traded back and then traded back up. Like, if you said the Pats are talking with 8, it's like the Pats trade all the way up to 4, get their guy. Then Falcons can be like, okay, well, whatever package you were going to get for 8, like, we'll take that and we can come back and get Pitts. Like, I just kind of like with the smarter than just being like, I'm going to sit pat and just take this tight end at 4.
Yeah.
True. But they love Kyle Pitts, apparently. Well, it's between that or a quarterback because they got to decide on Matt Ryan next year, too. Because Matt Ryan's contract is just as massive as Julio's. And, like, I think his contract is up like 2023. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah. I was just saying, like, from a value standpoint, it didn't seem to make sense. But, like, I mean, unless you get, like, the of all things. Like, if it's an offensive tackle or, you know, like.
Well, they're looking for, like, the Kelsey, but they're looking for a Gronk, but with Kelsey's mode. Because, like, he was coming out and they was like, maybe he'll come out as a wide receiver. And he's like, no, I'm going to stay there. But he is considered a really good blocker as well as a great route runner and as a threat. I think he's like 6'5". Or some shit like that. Like, he big as shit. But he still ran like a 4.40 at the tight end position and he can still block really well. So they're like,
you don't have to sell me. Like, I completely believe in his talent. I was just saying, like, I think that there's a cap on how much of an impact a tight end can actually have. Like, when you're picking a top 5.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So apparently Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul are going to be fighting each other on June 5th. I am not spending my money on that.
Nobody want to see that shit.
You know what?
That's two faces. That's two people who I hope will both get knocked out, and that's not possible in this fight. Like, someone has to win. Like,
they will knock each other out at the same time.
I would swing like this.
I would watch it.
Like, that might be Floyd's first knockout in a million years.
Right. It's not even like, it's not a free event. Like, you have to pay for this. I'm not paying for this. No. If there is some way for me to watch this free, sure, I might tune in. But you're not getting my money. I'm not supporting you financially on this fight. It's stupid.
Like, the Paul brothers seem like terrible human beings, but I must give them credit because, like, they've taken wrestling and, like, applied it to the boxing world, where it's like, we know people hate us and they'll pay to watch us, like, get knocked out.
Mm-hmm. What Floyd did, pretty much.
Yeah. So I mean, like, they're gaming the system, so props to them for that. But ain't getting no dollars from here.
Mm-mm. Oh, yeah, and I just got an alert now. Like, it's official. Miami, June 6th.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I'd definitely rather watch Holyfield and Tyson.
Exactly.
I'm not about, no, man, I'm not.
You really gonna try to add some shit to his record, bro?
44 years. No, man,
Maybe it's that comment Tyson said.
What?
He was like, no disrespect to Floyd, really. He was like, but you stopped at 50 fights. Like, I forgot who was it. He named a couple boxers that had 100 plus fights. And he was like, you can't say you were the greatest when you stopped at 50. He was like, I give you that. Yeah, you went undefeated for 50 fights. I think it was Sugar Ray. He was like, but Sugar Ray, after he lost his fight, he went on and won 90 straight fights after that. He was like, so I get it. You stopped at 50 and you undefeated at 50. He like, but I don't consider him the greatest because he stopped fighting. I was like, I guess whatever, Mike.
like because we're getting into these kind of fake fight territory where it's just kind of like I mean, that really is all. It's exhibitions. Like, it's more of an event for social media, essentially. would y'all pay to see, like, I know it's weight classes and all that stuff, but again, like, we can kind of bend the rules because it's not for real. Would you pay to see Tyson Mayweather?
Yes.
Yeah, I would.
I'm going to be honest with you. I probably will always pay for a Tyson fight. It's just, I probably will always pay for a Tyson fight. I've become even a bigger fan of Tyson.
After that last fight.
No, not even after the last fight. Like, I listen to hot boxing a lot now. Like, Mike is just, I don't know. I just like Mike Tyson. Like, I can't really explain it. Like, he scared me as a child. And now as an adult, like, I can appreciate Mike. Like, no, like, he was like 90s Mike Tyson, terrifying.
I don't think he was just because you were a child. I think he was just a terrifying human being.
He was just randomly beating up people, like, just because they made fun of his voice and shit. Like
what Jamie Foxx say? Like, he's like you see Mike Tyson in the wild. It's like somebody brought in a pit bull without a leash. Like
dog. Like, he was always in the news.
Very concerned.
People up. Like, don't say shit to Mike on the street. No, you can't heckle him. Hey, Mike, you bow you on your ass. Night.
And if you were stupid enough to heckle Mike, like, that's kind of your fault. You should have known better. You pick your fight.
You fight Aaron Donald. Please, he trying to save you.
Let's get into some transaction and injury news. Tim, you wanna take the transactions and injuries?
All right, NFL. We going to do transactions first. So we got some retirements. Well wishes to linebacker Sean Lee for the Dallas Cowboys. He was the inside linebacker for a long time, but Lee was nice in his prime. But injuries kind of took him out.
Yeah,
injuries took him out for a minute. But when he was
like, he would either be out for the season or all pro. Like, it was no in between.
Yeah, because when he was on the field, the dude was a monster. But them injuries kind of kills him. And also, Pittsburgh offensive lineman Marcus Gilbert, he retired as well. So, good luck. Congratulations on y'all careers. Best of wishes.
Mm-hmm. All that good stuff.
So we got some trades, though, with this draft. So Kansas City continues to retool their offensive line. They got Orlando Brown Jr., 21. So they traded with the Ravens. They got Orlando Brown Jr., who was an offensive lineman, all-pro. Oh, yeah. All-pro, all-star. Offensive lineman.
We picking up what you're putting down.
Right, a 21 second-round pick, which is number 58, and a 22 sixth-round pick. Baltimore gets the 21 first-round pick, which is now number 31, a 21 third-round pick, which is 94, a 21 fourth-round pick, which is 136, and a 22 fifth-round pick. They are trading away all of Lamar's protection. All of Lamar's protection. Like, since this is a contract year, I think he's lost his two or three of his starting offensive line.
They still got Staley, right?
Yeah. And I mean, with Brown, too, Brown wanted to be a tackle. So he was like, I want to play the position that I feel like I was meant to play. And he was talking about like how his dad, encouraged him to always be a tackle. And that's the position he wants to play. And had he stayed in Baltimore, they would have probably moved him to guard. So he was like, that ain't what I want to do. I'm a tackle. And I want to play left tackle. So
left tackles get paid the most money.
Yeah,
I have two notes that are on here. So Washington reacquired Eric Flowers from Miami for a swap of 7th round picks. And then it just came across that Marshall Faulk and Southern University have mutual interest. So Deion Sanders done started something because Eddie George, I think, is signed to coach Tennessee State.
Yeah,
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so
it's a
Hall of Fame.
I love it. Listen,
black coaches down there.
If getting Hall of Fame, black coaches in these historically black universities and colleges can help bring more talent to these leagues,
bring more money. Most importantly,
more money.
Bring up these facilities so that you can attract the top notch athletes.
I'm all for it. That's one thing I think about often. Like, dang, like I probably should have went to a historically black college. Like,
yeah, that's something. That's the only thing I really regret.
Same, like y'all know. I got my Marquette on now. Like,
you ripping the pop.
I loved Marquette mostly because of who I was there with. The the black students who I went to Marquette with, the university, the prestige and whatnot. But yeah, I dealt with a lot on that campus, and it would have really been cool to be able to spend 4 or 5 years around my people, just in an environment that I probably would never get again. So something I think about a lot. Get again. Yeah, something I think about a lot. Speaking of, my little brother still owes me some Jackson State, some gear, so I need to text him about that. But we can move on.
I mean, put in an order for me too.
I will for real if you want the Jackson State out.
Like, I've been trying to figure out like what's my, because like obviously I didn't go to HBCU, so like which one can I like adopt? So actually, I'll put that out to the Tech File fam. Like, if you went to a HBCU, tell me why y'all should be the bandwagon that I jump on.
Yeah, I'm just doing Jackson State U because that's for baby.
Well, you got the familial connection. I don't have that.
Gramblin's part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one. Well, Grambling is where I wanted to go to school too, but I wasn't sure. But
does they have the fake Green Bay Packers logo?
No.
No, I just wanted to shade them.
No, they had an engineering program there.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, because you did go to MSOE. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So NBA transactions. The LA Clippers, they signed center DeMarcus Cousins for the rest of the season on Monday. Is that a guaranteed contract?
Yeah, everything.
Oh, okay.
Like, everything just for the rest of the season is guaranteed at this point.
Oh, okay. So it's another guaranteed deal. Brandon Marshall. Cousins' second 10-day contract expired Sunday. He signed his first 10-day contract with the team on April 5th. NBA injuries. Houston Rockets point guard John Wall will likely miss the remainder of the season with a right hamstring strain. So according to sources, Wall's injury is a grade 2 hamstring strain, which has a typical recovery time of approximately 3 weeks. With the Rockets eliminated from playoff contention, the team has no intention of rushing Wall back. He did average 20 points and 6 assists, or 6.9 assists, while shooting 40% from the floor in 40 games this season for the Rockets. So it wasn't like he was useless on the floor.
I mean, there's some good, some bad in there.
Rockets were also just bad, so
yeah, like
number one pick
they better also.
If they're not,
it falls out of the top 4.
Oh, it's top 4 protected.
Yeah, top 4 protected.
Who's it go to?
Oklahoma. Well, it's like a weird. It does go to Oklahoma City, but like there's a weird, like Oklahoma City, Miami. So like they don't even swap picks with Oklahoma City. Like they would swap picks. Like their pick would go to Oklahoma City, and they would get Miami's pick. Like they get the lowest of those 3 picks because of some trade at this point. Yeah. Man, so they can either fall from. They can either pick top 4 or get like a. I mean, I guess it depends on where Miami falls, but right now it's looking like 20s. Mid-teens. No, because they had like 7th in the East right now, so they're at least in the teens. But still, that's a far drop for a team that has basically no future.
Man, whoever that person is, they got to keep track of the trade.
Man,
Web for OKC, dog. 6 figures. It's got to be. It's got to be. Because the way they got this shit on, like it's an automatic trigger here. So now your team pick is gone because them motherfuckers fucked up and fell out of this spot, even though you ain't got shit to do with their trade today. But tomorrow and next year, both of your picks going to OKC as well. Like, what the fuck? Just, it's too much.
Yeah, that's why you got to be creative when you put these trades together. 17
picks, ain't it?
17 first, I think.
17 first round damn picks. That's some wild shit, man. They better have a cold squad, or that GM needs to be fired. You got 17 shots.
I mean, this is the same man that picked Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook. Well, Kevin Durant, Jeff Green, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, in 3 straight drafts. So if you want somebody running your draft, I think that's the guy. Especially if you have top 10 picks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Presti we trust. Yeah. Like, it's kind of like the Danny Ainge, young Danny Ainge is right now with these picks in Boston. Like when Danny was grabbing these picks and stuff like that, people was like, oh my God, Boston got all this weapon and arsenal to do this, that, and the third for the future. It's that kind of the mode that we're going with Presti right now too. Granted, you've already named off Hall of Fame players that he's selected, but still.
Like Danny actually has a pretty spotty draft record.
Mm-hmm.
If you really look like
a few times, like on Tatum and Brown, but
but that's about it.
Yeah.
He's
Like,
not
smart.
bad.
Well, I guess if he has a top 10 pick, he's been pretty good. It's when he's picking like the teens and the 20s where he's like picking guys that are out of the league pretty quickly. Which, I mean, it makes sense. Like, once you get basically past like the top 8 or 9, like, you're hoping for a rotation player at best. So,
Fair enough. Cavaliers forward Larry Nance Jr. broke his right thumb on Sunday's loss at Washington and likely will miss the remainder of the season. Raptors Chris Bucher has a sprained MCL. Bucher has a sprained MCL in his left knee, and his return timetable will be based on rehab process.
wait, before we move on, sorry. Cavaliers. Yes. Did y'all see that?
Oh my, yeah, I seen it. I seen it.
I
that
have
man
never
is
seen.
done.
He smacked the shit out of that. Like, bro, don't give me that shit.
He said, "I ain't even trying to inbound this ball right now, fam. I'm out of here."
Watch the man grab the ball, pass to a wide open teammate,
And still was walking towards the sideline. He really did not care.
Hey, you got it.
He really did not care.
Hey, man, I always advocate people take the money, but this is also the downside of taking the money. Like, he knew what he was signing up for.
Right, hey, you wanted this money. You here for this money.
So
he has been. I won't say trapped because he signed the contract.
Yeah.
It's not
I
like
wonder how many times he's asked for a trade and they said no.
I mean, I think like, if they could trade him, they would. Like, he makes too much money. Like, he signed for so much money over what he was valued at around the league at that time. Like, you can't get off that money. Like,
he's unrestricted after this year, ain't he?
No. I think he
got like 1 or 2 years, don't he?
Jesus Louise. That's still like 30 plus million in a year, ain't it?
Let's see. Hold on. I'm just Googling his contract. He's not a free agent until 2023.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh. Shit. He make 31 mil this year, 31 next year, and then 28 the next year.
For Kevin Love.
And he's 32 now, right?
Yeah, he'll be 35 when he hits free agency.
Yeah.
Hey, he knew he had one more contract.
Yeah.
But like, I get it, but he probably signed that thinking like, oh, I can force my way out. But
it did not work out that way.
No, bro. Now you out here slapping the ball mid game.
Do me that way.
An MRI revealed a grade 2 lateral sprain on Atlanta All-Star guard Trae Young's left ankle. Sources tell ESPN he's expected to be able to return to play once swelling and discomfort are gone. Wizards rookie Denny Avdia. That's fine. Okay. Denny Avdia suffered season-ending hairline ankle fracture. I'm sorry to hear that. So.
It did not look good.
Kings guard De'Aaron Fox is expected to miss at least another 6 to 10 days due to health and safety protocols. And that it's
as of this recording.
Yeah. So Drew Holiday was on the JJ Redick podcast, and he was kind of
such a great episode.
It was, especially if you're a Bucks fan. Like, there are a couple little nuggets in there that you might appreciate. But he was saying that when he was with COVID, like, he really like was down bad and had all the symptoms, and like basically had to quarantine in his basement for pretty much the entirety. And then when he came back, like he said, he had like 4 days to kind of ramp up from 2 straight weeks of no physical activity whatsoever to playing an NBA game. He's like, keep that in mind when people come off like the COVID list, that they may have actually had COVID and had it bad, and like they're working their way back. Right.
Like, it's
like, we talked about Jason Tatum a couple weeks ago. Like, that shit sticks with you. Like, people think like, oh, you had COVID and it's over with. Like, and you fine. Like, no, that's not.
I forgot it was a football player that said that they were still dealing with some shit too.
I'm not sure who, but I believe it.
That's rough. But yeah, get well soon, Mr. Fox. Fake Eric, get well soon.
He been hooping though.
Oh, one more football thing. I think this is the last football thing. No, it ain't. I'm not gonna spend too much time. I don't want to spend too much time on this. So Goody, the Packers GM, he came out and said that they're working through Aaron Rodgers' contract situation, and that for the foreseeable future, he is the quarterback of this team.
Foreseeable future.
Then sign him. Then do the contract.
Right. Unless if that's the case, do the contract. Extend Devontae. Extends to Darius and quit playing because he was out here talking big cash too. He was like, we signed the number one running back. We signed the number one, defensive end or linebacker? Mm-hmm. And we signed the number one offensive tackle. That was on the free agent market, technically. Mm-hmm. They're like, and people out here, they just so happen to play for the Packers.
Yeah.
So granted, we did re-sign our players, but they were the number ones at their position on this free agent market. Anybody else grabbing them, everybody been like, whoa, what? Like that was a big coup for whoever the case may be. So I was like, when he said that, I was like, you're right.
I didn't disagree with the free agency thing. My only thing, like the Aaron Rodgers thing, is what bothers me. Where I'm like, if that's how you feel, give him the money. Give him the money.
What is Aaron asking for? Like, is what he asking for like ridiculous or?
No, he don't have any guaranteed money on his contract. So, well, he doesn't have much guaranteed money left. So he's like, if y'all want me here, then like I'm gonna need for y'all to redo this contract and give me some more guaranteed money because, like,
he's all tied up.
I don't want to be a lame duck quarterback. Like, don't just have me out here when.
He just won MVP too.
But after this season, because it's no longer guaranteed, they can just move him.
And he don't want that. I want some security. Like,
okay.
Guarantee my money, then show me that you really want me here, and we'll be good.
So with that, we would have to give.
That don't make sense not to do it though. Like, what could he done?
It does make sense for the Packers if they're trying to move on to Jordan Love.
It would make sense if he didn't win an MVP last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He just
won an MVP.
Because had he not won MVP, we probably wouldn't be talking about this. Aaron probably would have been moved.
How can you get better than that?
Had they listened to Tech File, we told them before the season started that Aaron Rodgers was going to have a. We said it. We said it. He came out and he did
petty.
it.
I'm going to make it so hard for y'all to move me now, bro.
Come on,
like,
man.
what y'all going to do? Y'all going to tell them y'all move to MVP? For what? For what? He ain't even have all
Kibbles
season.
And
for
bits,
what?
fam. Kibbles
and bits.
So now I've heard, I don't know how true it is, but I've heard rumblings that they said, I've heard rumblings that the Packers may entertain getting rid of Jordan Love. I'm like, bro, if they do that shit, I definitely lost some trust in Goop. But again, I don't know how true that is. It's a lot of talk now because it's the draft going on.
The draft is going to be a lot of flitter flatter, but yeah. So,
but they got to make a sign. They got to do something.
Do it quick. We are pro Aaron Rodgers on this here podcast. Give the man his money. We've been saying give the man his money since he got this first contract. Before, like, pay him.
Plus, don't make we get free agent money, and his cats are sitting there literally waiting on us to get his contract so we can sign them.
Look, man, don't make me have to pick between y'all and Aaron because I'm gonna have to think about that for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. But on the Kansas City Chiefs, there is a tight end named Sean Culkin. And if he makes the roster and he gets paid, he said that he is going to convert all of his salary into Bitcoin. All of it. Almost $1 million salary. He said it will go to Bitcoin. So Culkin said, quote, I fully believe Bitcoin is the future of finance. And I wanted to prove that I have real skin in the game, not just trying to make a quick buck. I will be converting my entire 2021 NFL salary to Bitcoin. Hey, man, that's your money.
More power to you.
Do what you feel is right with your money.
Yeah.
I might be mispronouncing this, so if I am, correct me if I'm wrong. And if I am mispronouncing and none of us know that, I am sorry to you, sir. I did not mean to mispronounce your name on purpose. Fanbo Zhang is China's top basketball prospect. He committed to Gonzaga, and he has now decommitted, and he plans to join the NBA G League Ignite. He committed to Gonzaga last fall, but after they lost their assistant coach, Tommy Lloyd, who was part of the recruiting team to get him there in the first place, he was like, I'm going to go to the G League instead. So he's the second elite 2021 prospect to join the G League Ignite, joining Michael Foster, who announced this past Friday that he was also going to the Ignite.
From Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm. What's the 414, Mike?
And also Gonzaga got the top recruit in the nation, Chet Holmgren from state of Minnesota. So,
okay.
They'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll be cool. They'll be cool.
Yeah, he was high school teammates with Jalen Suggs, so I kind of expected him to go there.
That makes sense.
Who also obviously declared for the draft, because why wouldn't he?
Because the money's there. You got the talent. Go and get that. Starting with the 2021-22 season, Turner Sports is going to be acting as the second national partner for the NHL after ESPN. So that used to be NBC, and they were even considered the favorites to land that B package. But Turner came in the last minute, offered a bigger bag, and NHL was like, for sure. And I've heard some, as Ken Scuttlebutt, that one thing that they're interested in is getting Charles Barkley on some NHL coverage. Because one thing about Chuck, I know I see the face, I understand, but he actually really likes hockey. Mm-hmm. And he's even said before on like some Inside the NBA broadcast, like, I'd rather be watching the Stanley Cup right now than what I'm doing here. So I could see it. If you're bringing Charles Barkley on, you're bringing him on for it's entertainment value. Mm-hmm. And Chuck's going to give that to you.
See, Charles used to talk shit about people at ESPN, like, man, they give you 1 million jobs over there. Like, now they got him doing basketball, college basketball, and hockey. Like, see, he was talking too much shit.
Now you going to be working all these hours too, sir.
Right.
It was reported recently that the 2-night WrestleMania had a positive reaction backstage. A lot of the wrestlers were like, we like that. However, the plans are for WrestleMania to return to being a one-night show. That's what the
It's a long show.
That's the thing. Like, either commit to a shorter show or do 2 nights. Because having 50 matches in an 8-hour show,
everybody kind of did get old.
That's what Daniel Bryan said. Like, he was mentioning that really long WrestleMania where he was like, I'm glad that I had my match like 2 hours into the show, because the main event came like 6 hours into it. Yeah. By that time, the fans are like hungry, they're tired, they didn't get no.
That was when it started like 4 o'clock, wasn't it?
Man, we was at y'all place for like. I remember we had got to y'all place at like 4 to start WrestleMania, and then at like 9:30, everybody was like, you know what? We're all going home. Like, we'll text about the rest of the show. And it didn't end until like 11:30. Like, it was on forever.
And again, it's a Sunday night. Like, people got to get up and go to work the next day. Like, nobody wants to commit to that long ass show.
Exactly.
It makes financial sense, I guess, is the only explanation. I mean, that's always the explanation with Vince McMahon, but like, they would have to pay for the stadium 2 nights, essentially. And like, they're going to Dallas next year. Like, I don't know if, you want to pay what Jerry Jones is charging for rent to run a building.
I'm sure him and Vince could work something out.
They
seem like they were probably good old
Best
boy, like some
buds.
Friends. Right.
Yeah, neither one of them is giving up $1 just because they're friends.
You right. You absolutely right.
Like, they'll share their show.
Knifing each other back.
Pay me. Pay me.
I know you, Jerry. I know you too, Vince.
Like, I like
Last, but I don't like you that much. That's my money. Last but not least, the City of Milwaukee Common Council voted to approve the settlement with former Bucks forward Sterling Brown. So the City of Milwaukee is going to be paying Sterling $750,000 and issuing him a formal apology in that police brutality case that we've been covering on this show since the news broke. So way to go, Sterling, to actually have them own up to that and get your apologies. I know that was something that he was on. Like, I didn't do any, like, y'all owe me an apology. And as I've said before about America and how they want us to all come together, I can't come together until you apologize and acknowledge what you did. So accountability is always the first step. So it's good to see that that's happening and he's getting paid. So
as a City of Milwaukee taxpayer, I feel like that shouldn't be coming from my money. Like, I feel the police union, police pension fund, whatever, like, police need to pay out their own settlements because
hell yeah,
they don't want doing the shit. Like,
that's a fact.
Fair enough.
Facts.
But also, shout out to the Bucks because they're offering vaccines at the game on Sunday for people that are attending. So
the prime. Do you still call afternoon game prime time if it's like a, like it's?
They call it a showcase game because it's not prime time.
Okay, I'm gonna say, like, what do you call it?
Game
showcase.
of the week. That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay, that's the word. Okay. So
also pay attention to the intro. I can't say why, but pay attention to the intro to that game on ABC 2:30.
Can you tell us when we get off the air?
Yeah, I can tell y'all. I can't tell.
Okay, cool. Y'all can wait. I want to know.
Yeah.
We got any blow the whistles this week?
I got one.
All right. Blow the whistle then.
All right, now that's enough out of you. You know what? Tee his ass up.
All right, so my blow the whistle is on the International Olympic Committee. They voted to uphold some longstanding rules regarding athlete protests during the Olympic Games. People had kind of been working on the IOC to loosen those for like Black Lives Matter, allowing people to take knees and fists in the air, like those types of police brutality, Black Lives Matter type protest. IOC said, nope, we ain't changing. But then in the articles that they released, like they cited a Zimbabwe athlete who is a white Zimbabwe athlete. And it's like, yeah, of course that person is like, no, don't be protesting about black. Like, I get it. Like, you don't want to necessarily take away from the spirit of community, but also like you have these people, like you have black athletes throughout the IOC, and you have people who have different issues around the world that need attention. And this is the largest, sporting event in the world. So it's a great platform for these underserved communities to have their voices heard. And if you really want international cooperation, like you have to give voice to the voiceless. You have to uplift the people that are doing bad in this world. So, it's a further, it's a further example of, the monetary interest and the I'll just say the white power structure, like enforcing their beliefs and their rules on the rest of us. So, boo IOC.
Hey, I'm with you on that. I don't even know they did that, but I definitely agree with your points.
Bang on.
Tech Top 5 time.
5, 4, 3, 2,
1.
Tech Top 5.
All right, so last week was best baseball uniforms. It was a two-way tie. I don't recall whose list was whose. So which one of y'all had the Dodgers at number 1 outside of me?
I did.
And then who had the Brewers at number 1?
It was I.
That's the two winners right there, Eric and Tim.
Fist bump, Tim.
Congratulations,
from the past week. So congrats.
I've been tying a lot lately.
Hey, man.
We gotta get some more votes.
We gotta get some more. We gotta get out here stumping like it's a real campaign. Like, we need votes. Sure. This
y'all
week,
got one more week before y'all start getting you called out. Don't think it's sweet.
Shoot.
Don't think it's sweet out here in these streets.
This week, we're doing best rapper turn actors. So,
I have a question.
Props. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So is that people that started as rappers and became actors, or is it just anybody that raps and acts?
The latter.
So anybody that raps and lacks. Raps and lacks.
Yes.
Okay, so I have to do some rejiggering. Okay.
Tim, here's with your list, sir.
Number 5, I got LL. LL Cool J. Actually,
in the house. Is that your show?
In the House was cool. It was all right with me, but I like his movies more so. Like Deep Blue Sea was one of my favorites. But Mindhunters is fucking phenomenal. You never seen it yet? He's an FBI profiler. It is dope. Mindhunters was a really good movie. But no, plus he's still acting to this day, but he still was like in his prime. He was one of the top rappers, so. LL was a monster and is still doing his thing. Plus, The Definition is my favorite LL album.
What's it got to do with this, man?
I'm just saying, I'm explaining why he's on my list, bro. You know
the album has nothing to do with this.
The rap part of it is the album. Okay,
so we got to give our favorite album of the rapper.
You ain't got to do it, but I did. Number 4, I got Mark Wahlberg.
Mark,
could put him on
Marky Mark.
Yeah, I had to. You have to, man.
Nigga be acting, but
Yeah, he do.
He do.
I like his movies too.
He has some good. We got good films, bro.
No, don't start naming them because then we gotta get on your ass. So number 3, I got. I'm gonna go with Ice Cube.
At 3, okay.
I'm gonna go with Donald Glover at number 3. I'm gonna go with Donald Glover at number 3. I fuck with the Fridays more than I do with a lot of shit.
Okay.
But
so can I just ask you a quick question?
Mm-hmm.
Are you judging yours off of like how many of the movies that they've been in that you enjoyed, or like their actual acting talent?
I'm going with the whole package actually. I'm going with how I feel about them as a rapper, as well as how I feel about them as an actor, and just kind of putting the two together.
Okay.
And Marky Mark still made your list if you conclude the rap.
Because I fuck with the movies.
Like
Two Guns was my movie.
Then you should be 5, my nigga.
Two Guns is up there. What the fuck was that? He has a lot of cop movies though. Mark Wahlberg has a lot of cop movies.
I wonder why.
He's from Boston.
But I do fuck with his movies. I really do. Number 2.
My khakis.
Number 2, I'm gonna go with Ice Cube because like Eric said, like on this one, the movies and the movies are heavily weighted, but I didn't mind his music. But number 1, I'm going
Cube
with
probably up who you've listed so far.
You said what?
You know what? Never mind. Nothing.
Number 1 is Will Smith, but of course,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm with you.
It's still trash.
My list was too close to Tim, so I'm gonna change it again. 5, I'm gonna go with Aubrey Graham. Young Drake out here.
Was he rapping first?
He was
acting first.
He
did say anybody. Damn.
Yeah.
But he count like.
Yeah, he can't.
But I mean,
if we gonna give Marky Mark, like if he counts for rapping, like.
I mean, Marky Mark had an album first before he acted, so
yeah.
If we're being technical here, like the Funky Bunch was out here.
I'm saying, like if Marky Mark's music career counts towards, like being a rapper and an actor, like Drake's acting career counts towards him being an actor.
I mean, my list came from everybody who was
a rappers first. That's what I thought. I thought you meant people like if they only had like 1 or 2 roles, but they were a rapper. Like, do they count? I meant like to that. That's a good question. Does Drake count? Because he started off acting and then he went to rapping.
I feel like I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. He can go with it. He can run with it.
Drake. He won't be on mine. And I love Degrassi.
He go win.
Exactly.
Because he got Drake. He go win.
He knew what he was doing that day.
Go ahead.
I had a different list at first, and then you said it counted, so I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna put Drake on here.
I didn't understand what you were saying.
Number 4.
I thought it was a very clear question, but okay.
4. Do Marky Mark with Drake.
Yo, list spot. 4.
Okay.
Shit.
4. I'm gonna go with T.I.
What else has he been in outside of
He's an Ant-Man.
T.I. low-key been in.
He was good. He was good in that, man. He was good.
Yeah, he low-key been in a lot of shit.
So 4 T.I. 3, I'm gonna go with Childish Gambino.
Okay.
He might lose with T.I.
2.
Yeah, he got some stuff going on.
Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot. My list ain't over, so I'm gonna scratch that. I forgot about T.I.'s issues. So if I'm not gonna go with T.I., I'm gonna go with Andre 3000.
Okay.
Hey,
he was hilarious and
Get Shorty. Not Get Shorty.
Yes.
Was it Get Shorty?
We had the teacup and the gun.
Be cool.
Be cool.
Be cool. Get Shorty was the first one. Yeah.
Be cool. That was one with Rock in it too.
Mm-hmm.
Dabu.
All right, so I'm gonna go 5 Andre 3000, 4 Drake, 3 Childish Gambino, 2 Queen Latifah.
Thank you.
And 1 Will Smith.
I personally
God dang. How dare you?
I just don't like Queen Latifah.
You know what? Queen Latifah has a resume where if she was a white man, she would get so much more respect. I'm going to just put it like that.
But she's not, so it doesn't matter.
Therefore, you should be lifting her up even more because she deserves it.
I personally don't fuck with her.
Like,
just like I don't fuck with Mary J. Blige. Like, they're on the same list.
Hey, you cannot F with somebody but appreciate what they do.
Yeah, I ain't saying I don't appreciate her.
It sounded like it.
She ain't on my list, goddammit.
I mean, she's the Paul Pierce of rapping. Like, she a legend, but he just don't fuck with her.
Hold on, fam.
That is perfect.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's saying that.
I am not going.
That's how he feels.
Perfectly said, Eric.
Taking any
So you don't really care for
slander.
any...
Ain't no slander. I guess
Put her at number 2.
You called her Paul Pierce, fam.
I said that's how he feels about her.
I'm talking to Kent because he agreed.
I didn't call her. He called her Paul Pierce.
You said I'm not going, fam.
He was speaking through me, for me.
You agreed.
You said it.
Not going. Not going. I will
I
not stand for any Queen Latifah slander. The resume is too deep. The resume is too
It's all
deep.
good.
It's too deep. You had Will Smith at number 1, I'm assuming, Eric?
Yes. The Fresh
All right.
Prince.
Just make sure I got this right. You had Drake at 5.
No,
Andre
Andre.
Dre at 5 because I had to take T.I. off. So Dre at 5, Drake at 4, Donald Glover at 3, Queen Latifah at 2, Will Smith at 1.
Okay.
All right. Got my blood pressure all up. Number 5. I got Tupac. It was cut. Thank you, dude. Like, how do we not have Tupac yet? Career definitely cut short.
Hey, again, someone I personally don't fuck with.
I mean, you didn't F with Juice?
It was alright.
I'm learning so much about you today, and I am.
See, Eric has never seen it.
I ain't seen Poetic Justice.
Dude, can you please go to the mic, fam? I need some backup here, fam. Disrespectful, fam. I cannot.
First of all,
believe
I was like 7 years old when the movies came out. Like,
that don't mean you couldn't watch it when you were 16. Like, it's still here. Oh my God.
What my type of movie?
Ah.
I saw that when I was a kid.
Poetic Justice, Above the Rim.
Wasn't my type of movie.
I like Above the Rim, though. Above the Rim is good.
Well, Above the Rim. But, like,
Have I seen a Tupac movie?
they're not top 5.
What's not top 5?
For Tupac, like you said, where use about time Tupac. So I can't believe like Tupac's not here. Like he's not.
Fam, Tupac is a better actor than LL Cool J. Well, was a better actor than LL Cool J.
LL Cool J got more iconic roles though.
Do we? What's LL Cool J's most iconic?
Is he?
He's doing the same role over and over.
Anaconda.
He shows no range. He shows
in the
no
house.
Yeah.
He shows no range.
Show he's on.
He played the same character in every.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
Will Smith.
He do.
No, he don't.
Will Smith in every movie.
Come on, man. Will Smith was a magical golf caddy. He's been
Legend of Bagger
alien.
Pants.
Come on, man. We're
Will
not.
Smith got
no.
range though.
Thank you. No.
Yeah, Will Smith got range.
7 pounds. Come on, man.
We can't do the Will Smith.
You get
do Will Smith.
Sad Will Smith. You get cool Will Smith. And that's about it.
So come on.
You gotta say the same thing about Denzel then.
Thank you. Like, that's the way.
If we really gonna go there,
Denzel
say the same thing about Denzel then.
Denzel was in Malcolm X and played Denzel Washington.
Fam.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Like, it was just Denzel with red hair. Like,
So then, like, let's not do Will Smith, fam. Like, let's not do that.
It ain't like he just like lost himself in the role.
I'm learning so much about y'all. What you mean?
I'm not disputing any of it. Like, their movie.
Oh no! What I said was that Tupac had. What I said was that Tupac had more range than LL Cool J. Tupac. That's what I said.
I agree.
That's what I said, and then led to something completely different about Will Smith, which. I can't. There's certain people I can't take slander about. And
Yeah, we
Will
can't
Smith,
do the Will Smith slander.
I can't. Even if you talk about the music, I can't.
I guess I
can't
look
have
at it as slander. Like,
no Big Willie slander is allowed around me.
Big Willie.
I'm gonna say you like that because you know you was bumping the Big Willie in your cheek.
Jiggy
Come
with
on,
it.
You know you was bumping Big LA. So what you talking about?
Hey, that's my shit though.
First of all, don't nobody call him.
What you talking about? They call
me Big L.
And that bitch turned all the way up too.
That's your song.
Oh shit!
But no, okay, my fault. I'm sidetracked. My fault. Number five. We got
aside
Tupac.
from Queen Latifah, like none of these people really play anybody other than like themselves in movies. But go ahead with your list. Like Queen Latifah is a legitimate actress. Like she played different characters.
She can do Broadway. She can do sitcom. She can do a hood movie. But anyways, 5 I got Tupac. 4 I got Ice Cube. Ice Cube got a bonus on my list for being able to write and direct as well, like the fact that he has the pen. I mean, he got a sharp. I mean, he wrote most of NWA stuff too, but neither here nor there. Number 3, I got Donald Glover. I will shout you out, Eric, for putting me on Childish Gambino in the first place. And then his acting career has just been he's good.
Again, coming back.
Cole with the pen. What? Todd, you got like some.
You growled that one up.
Yeah, I didn't understand what you said. I just heard the tone, and it was offensive to my spirit. I didn't know what you said. So.
Jesus.
Number 2, I got Queen Latifah. As I mentioned, she can do anything. She was in Set It Off. She was in Chicago. She was in Living Single. Like she has rank. She's the Equalizer now. Just Right, which is one of my husband's favorite.
I actually like that movie.
Comedy.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Yep. Range. Queen Latifah deserves far more respect than what she gets. And also, if we want to talk about the rap, Unity is still one of my all-time favorite rap tracks. And Just Another Day will always sound good on a sunny day. Always. Always, always, always. Next time it's sunny, just turn that on and tell me I'm lying. That's all I'm going to just listen to it. And then number 1, I got Will Smith. Because he popularized this. He is, when you think rapper turned actor, you think Will Smith. So, number 1, Will Smith.
All right, so my top 5. Yeah, 5 have Ice-T.
Another nigga who play the same nigga all the time.
Hey, man, he been on TV for 20-some years now.
Playing the cop.
Playing the same shit.
Which is so wild to think that Ice-T...
Longevity, I'll give him that.
Biggest roles as a cop.
Yeah, because, Ice-T, you would never have thought...
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, didn't he have a cop?
Oh, yeah, he did play.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You got famous for it.
Yeah.
Having a cop, it's just a weird career arc there.
Yeah. So Ice-T at number 5.
Because that's why they call it acting.
That's a fact.
Ice-T at 5. Number 4, Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark. Number 3, Donald Glover. Number 2, Ice Cube. And number 1, Will Smith.
Do y'all know the words to Good Vibrations?
Do I know?
Can y'all sing any?
No.
Feel it.
Yeah, good vibrations. You got
Hey, I can't lie on Marky Mark and the funky brought.
I used to play the radio at night, so the shit was huge at the time.
No, I played that a lot in high school. Don't ask why.
That's who John Cena got his gimmick from.
What did he say? He looked like Mark Wahlberg if he ate Mark Wahlberg or something.
Something like
he said that in that movie.
That.
Speaking of John Cena, y'all know he's the villain in the new Fast and Furious movie, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that trailer and I was completely confused of what was happening.
I was like, wait a minute.
I didn't watch the last one.
And he's Dom's brother, who we never knew existed before.
Wait, so you lost The Rock and you picked up John Cena and he automatically related to the motherfucker?
But Dom's all about family, but we never heard he had a brother. How does that make sense?
That's what the story gonna be about.
It's gonna be Don't ask no questions.
Y'all wilding now, bro.
You can't see me.
Stealing gas out of other people's cars, and jacking trucks for the fuel to we save.
Now they going to space and this what it look like.
Man,
for real? I didn't even see the trailer.
The last part was like, Jesus Christ, definitely not Denzel. Tyrese.
Denzel would never.
Tyrese and Ludacris, they got on spacesuits and they flying in a car.
I've seen 2 Fast and the Furious.
I'll tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
The first 5, 1 was good, 2 was good, 5 was good.
Well, I really disagree about 2.
You know,
I liked it at the time, but
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it recently.
Cuz what you talking about?
But I like
rest in peace to Singleton, but
I like 2 when they came out. So you might be right. I haven't watched it in a long time. But 5 was my favorite. That was one that had me going okay, they might have something again with this franchise. And then 6 was kind of outlandish, but then the ending of 6 made me want to watch 7 kind of. But then Paul Walker passed away, so that's why I went to see 7. And I thought that was going to be it. And then it wasn't. So I said, I refuse to see 8. And I refuse to see 9. I'm done. I'm tapping out at 7. That's as many as I can do.
Yeah,
8 was the beginning of the
This is basically an Avengers movie, like where it's like nobody can die.
Like, how the fuck you looking for? They chasing after something that can find anybody in the world, but getting chased by a man that's found them everywhere in the world. I want you to hire this nigga instead of chasing this device.
I just
like, damn.
I never got Fast and Furious.
Like, just turn your brain off and just enjoy it. Like, that's the only way you can.
Yeah,
like, if you ask any question, like, you pull at one thread, it just all falls apart. So
that's what threw me off. I was just like, this doesn't
just
make
good
sense.
action flick.
Like,
it's mindless action.
That's all it is.
This makes no
With
sense.
jokes and pretty women. Like, that's it.
Like, get faded and watch
and
Fast
big
and
cars
Furious.
and fast cars.
And cars, yeah.
Tyrese so trash.
Tyrese low key is really funny.
He's hilarious
in
in the movies.
Him and Ludacris work well together, which I would have never expected to say. You know what? We've been here too long. That's the show this week. We hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure that y'all vote on these lists because I feel some type of way about these lists, so I really need for y'all to come out here and vote. Especially with the Queen Latifah slander from Ken, which
it's not slander. I just said I personally dislike her. That's it.
Fam, when you
I not like somebody.
When you let Eric speak through you and say he the Paul Pierce, that was too far.
That. When he said that, I felt that.
That's too far.
That's
too far.
No disrespect. Respectfully, she's Paul Pierce.
On site, man. On site.
Respectfully, she's Paul Pierce. All right, it's all right.
On site. But no, that's the show this week. We hope y'all enjoyed it. As a reminder, make sure that you like, subscribe, rate, review, share the show, all those things, those free things you can do to help support the pod. And if you want to support the pod financially, we also have our 4-year anniversary tees. Make sure y'all cop one of those.
Get it.
The order forms close May 20th, so time is ticking. I know you think you got some time, but you know how quickly that's going to roll around. So get your orders in today. Get them in and get them in, get them in. And also a reminder, Tuesdays, 6 to 8 p.m. Central Time on the News app. Tune in and rock with us, fam. Rock with us. And catch us on YouTube, subscribe, like, all that stuff. We appreciate it. We really, really do. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On the Twitter and Instagram at Camille Monet, CamilleMonae, because
your mom is fancy.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to shout out Give Me a Buck podcast. They had me on this week.
Good shit.
Really good conversation with Joel and Zach. So if you want to check that out, it's an hour of Bucks talk. Which they don't let me do on here. Yeah, a little bit. But that won't let me do that on here, so I have to get my shit off on there.
Hey, don't say they. I mean, let's talk about
one specific person.
I was say me. Say no Buck show.
Might be crying once we get over 10 minutes. Like,
hey man, chill out, man.
Like every national NBA show, don't we talk about Lakers 24/7? But that's neither here nor there.
We don't get no love.
Begging for LeBron, bro.
Lakers don't get enough love on Tech File.
Whose fault is that?
Much love on Tech File.
Shoot, nigga, you bring him up then.
Anyway, at Bucksburner on Twitter.
That's all y'all get.
Damn right.
Everyday_gentleman on Instagram. K Harris 216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. We will see y'all. Y'all hear us next week. For sure.
Or if you're watching on YouTube, you will see us next week.
You'll see us next week.
Come see this life journey as I go through it, fam.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.